Dave, what sort of event do you think this is going to be? What are you prepared for?
Well, we're expecting it to be a very long, tough event with mostly bad roads, a real car breaker.
It'll be much faster than previous round Australias on the competitive sections, won't it?
Yes. I think a lot of the averages will be well over 80.
It's the sort of event that attracts a lot of first-time rallyists, really, amateurs. Can you see them lasting in this sort of event? Aren't they going to come in for a heck of a shock?
I can't see them lasting, really. It's going to be terribly rough and terribly long. I think the first few days will probably sort out most of those people.
The chances of anyone outside a works team taking it out are very slim, aren't they?
Almost nil, I would say.
So you must have a fairly good chance. The Holden team is taking it pretty seriously. Citroen is there, and Ford, although perhaps Ford's cars aren't as suitable. Who else do you see as a major threat?
I think there's also a team from Audi. Andrew Cowan, of course, is running a private Mercedes-Benz, and Andrew Cowan should never be discounted.
No.
But I think we've got an excellent chance, really. Well, all three of the Holden dealer team Commodores must have an excellent chance.
If the event's virtually decided in the very early stages, you could end up with almost a non-event, couldn't you? You could end up with a handful of cars fighting it out.
That could happen. I think the field will be greatly reduced by Perth. There's a very long stage into Perth. It's some 62 and a half hours of driving, and I think by Perth the winner will probably have emerged.
There's some overseas drivers competing. People like Malcolm Smith has indicated that he'd like to have a run, the motorcyclist, and he's going to run a Commodore. Do you feel that they might lack the local knowledge, overseas teams?
Well, you should never discount these people. Malcolm Smith is a star in his own right. He may adapt to it very well, but he doesn't have quite the same advantage as the locals who have seen the area and know the country.
How difficult will the actual navigation be?
I don't think the actual navigation should be very difficult at all. I think the route will be quite straightforward. I think it's essential that the navigator also be a good driver, because the navigator is going to have to do a share of driving.
You're taking a three-man crew in the car?
Yes.
How will you divide up the driving? You have Wayne do the shorter special stages and then you'll share the driving, or how do you do it?
Well, it hasn't been decided yet. I think we'll be guided by Barry Ferguson, because Barry is an expert at these long-distance events. But we've certainly got Wayne, who is one of the quickest drivers in Australia, who should be able to compete with anybody on special stages, and Barry, who is an expert long-distance driver.
You'll have to save the car. Will Barry perhaps be able to teach Wayne something about that?
Well, I hope so. I think Barry will regulate the pace that Wayne drives at. It's essential that the car finishes to have any chance.
Are you going to take the car, or perhaps a training car, out and try it in some of those conditions?
We will be doing some surveying. We'll probably take the test car to Broken Hill and perhaps do the loop up to Birdsville and back a couple of times, just to test the car and to test the crew.
The last round Australia was rather different. It covered a lot of miles, but only had fairly short, ordinary rally-type special stages.
Yes, I think this one will be quite different. We've been told that some stages will be 800 kilometres long, which is further than any special stage has ever been.
Going 10 through 800 k's will be interesting.
I doubt if one driver will be able to drive that distance flat out. There'll probably have to be a driver change in the middle of a special stage.